Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League's Dungeon Bowl. We're going to close out week number 1 tonight with, you know, the Chaos Cup champion. Sure, he's the Chaos Cup champion. Oh, but he's also the Spike Magazine Trophy champion. And looking to become the new Dungeon Bowl champion as well. We've got BB Mutt versus, did I call him BB Mutt again? BB Nut versus newcomer McMackey. We've got BoLieve Broncos versus Carnage Incorporated, Nurgle versus Goblins. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the two teams. In Division A, I'm so sorry, BB Nut. In Division A, finishing out week number 1 in first place will be the Spite Spires Snipers, coached by Squig. That's a Wood Elf team. They won this week 4-0. They are followed by a two-way tie between the Fishy Fiends, coached by Ajax, and Odin and Snuffle, coached by Clyphus. Chaos Renegades and Norse teams, respectively. And a pretty good showing for these top teams here in Division A. In Division B, currently in first place, the Arlington Nationals, coached by B-Dog, won their game this week. It's an undead team. They won 2-0. They are followed by, in my opinion, the GOAT, Electrics Man's Necro team. They won 2-1 this week. They're followed by the Goodest Boys Strike Back, coached by Old Gamer Mike, a Necro team. They won 1-0. The BoLieve Broncos up tonight against Carnage Incorporated. Carnage Incorporated, a brand new team in this season. McMackey, a new coach to the league as well. And over in Division C, that's going to finish with the Philosopher's Song in first place. Spire's Lizard team, they won this week 3-0. They are tied with MAML Nightmare. Festoon's Necro team also won 3-0 this week. And tied for third place, the Discomancers, coached by Ian, a Necro team. And the World of Cheese, coached by James Like Snacks, a Pro Elf team, all winning their games here in week number 1. Words are hard. The home team this evening will be the BoLieve Broncos. They have 13 on their roster. Number 10, Ajax the Riot, will not be starting this week due to an injury. 12 starting this evening. That brings their TV up to 1,565,000 gold. They have they don't have their four. I always look at this and I'm like, they don't have their 4th Pesticor? They don't. They have 3 Pesticors, 4 bloaters. They have the big guy in the rot spawn and a bunch of linos as well. 1 cheerleader, hooray! 7 dedicated fans and 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against this brand new Goblin team, Carnage Incorporated, coached by McMackey. 13 on the roster here. That brings their TV to 875,000 gold. That is a whopping 690,000 gold in petty cash going to the Goblin. Oh, I've already forgotten how to say that, Steve. Rockfo? I don't remember. 690,000 gold in petty cash going to Carnage Incorporated this evening. We'll spend a little bit of time talking about that in just a few minutes. They have 2 big guys on the roster, the 2 trained trolls, number 1 and number 2. They have an Ooligan, a Looney, and a bunch of linemen rounding out this roster. 1 dedicated fan, 3 rerolls. How are these 2 teams going to play? We'll take a look at the home team first. The Broncos, coached by BB Nut, who has won the Chaos Cup, has won the Spike Magazine Trophy as well. Won both of those competitions against Moob's NC Stakes. Won the Spike Magazine Trophy in kicks after overtime. And now looking to pick up their 3rd competition win this season here in the Dungeon Bowl. They have the 3 Pestigors. These are the speedy players on the roster. Bonix, the star of this roster, double extra movement points, bringing their MA up to 8. All these Pestigors have horns that gives them a +1 on their blitzes. 2 of them have block. Look at JD Zon Coach Whitey here. Block, Mighty Blow, Claw, and Tackle. That is a kill piece right there. That is looking to gouge people's eyes out and kick them in the teeth. That is his job. And these claws could potentially be used to great effect against those trolls. Claws treats everybody's AV as if it's an 8+. Those trolls have an AV of 10+. All the gobos otherwise have an AV of 8+. If JD Whitey can get in on those trolls, get a block, get a knockdown, it's an 8+ to break armor, and that could be a huge swing in favor of the Broncos today. They have a very, very, very strong roster up against these Gobos tonight. Lots of block, a number of players with Mighty Blow as well. Tackle's going to be a big factor tonight as well. BoNix almost certainly going to be the ball carrier with sure hands. But if the Broncos get a significant player advantage or a significant lead in this game, they'll start to pass that ball around to other players to try to spread out that SPP and get more skills on some of these other players on the roster. Really simple strategy for this team up tonight. Kill all the goblins. The end. The goblins, what are they going to do to combat this leveled Nurgle team? They have the Hooligan, they have the Looney. The Looney is a straight armor break. If you use the chainsaw, it's a +3 to that armor break as well, but you have to be careful because that +3 applies to you. Frankie Fair Play, the number 4 Looney, has to roll a d6 before using that chainsaw. If he rolls a 1, the chainsaw is going to kick back on him and knock him down as well, so he needs to be careful of these chainsaw die rolls. But otherwise, this is a way to get some of these high strength Nurgle players off the pitch, right? You are a brittle, you are a weak team, you are all about the shenanigans, you're all about the fouling, the secret weapons. They have the Hooligan. The Hooligan is the natural fouler on the roster. Frankie Fair Play also, I think, is going to be a pivotal piece in tonight's matchup. The problem with this Looney is it's really good, but that means it's going to have a target on its back. So McMackey's really going to have to keep Looney safe tonight in order to maximize the effectiveness. Get that Looney in on the blitz, on the chainsaw blitz, chainsaw somebody's head off, get back to safety so that the Nurgle team isn't going to try to remove Frankie Fair Play off the pitch tonight. 690,000 gold and petty cash is a lot of money to spend. I mean, I think that's a Morg myself. I think whenever you can afford Morg, you pick up Morg. That is a MA6 player with a massive strength of 6, great stats otherwise. I mean, they're not stellar stats, but strength 6 with decent speed, decent agility, decent passing, and fantastic armor value. Plus you get block, plus you get not Mighty Blow +1, you get a Mighty Blow +2. This is a killer. He is the starriest of star players. For 380k, that's 310k left. A Bomber Dribble Snot can come out onto the pitch as well. For just the 50k, that would leave 260k left to go over to the inducements page. Certainly could pick up a Wizard. Wizards are always a good pickup. It's going to force your opponent to play a little bit differently. In fact, that could be a great pickup against a Nurgle team that wants to stay grouped up and caged up. They're a running, bashy team. They want to stay grouped up, get their assists, leverage that 1 or 2 players with the guard skill as well. But instead of a Wizard, could go all in on these bribes, right? Could take these bribes. They're cheap, right? They're 50k for goblins. You pick up 3 bribes instead, and that's 100k left over. Or you can pick up 2 bribes and pick up a Wizard. That's still an option as well. But could go all in on those bribes, try to keep these secret weapons out on the pitch for as long as possible. That could be the Looney, of course, which is a secret weapon. Could also be Bomber Dribble Snot, which is a secret weapon as well. And then just chuck bombs and swipe with chainsaws all night long. But we'll see what he's picked up here in the inducement phase. So picked up just the 1 bribe. Just the 1 bribe, and there's Morgan Thorgan, Ripper Bolgrot. So went all in on the strength. Picked up 2 strength 6 players, has Ripper Bolgrot on the line there. Strength of 6 with Mighty Blow, also has Juggernaut. And otherwise an anchor formation here for Carnage Incorporated. Now the Broncos on offense. 5 on the line currently. Clear skies for tonight's matchup. BoNix almost assuredly going to be back to receive. No, BoNix going... Oh, I thought that was BoNix. Where's BoNix? There he is. BoNix almost assuredly going to be back to receive. There it is. 2 and either wides. Wow! Oh, we've got a prayer. It's intensive training. Freezing Star picked up Mighty Blow. Oh, boy. Mighty Blow on the number 5. Right guardsman here. Double pals by Freezing Star. Mighty Blow in effect will bring down to a 9+ to break armor. Praise be to Nuffle. Good stun on the left side of the defensive line here. Nasher out for at least a turn. Blitz still on the table. Mark taking against Nad Kicker. Here's the blitz. 3-die blitz is going to be just a push against the number 7 Goblin. Welcome everyone to the stream this evening for this final game of week number 1. We've got 8 weeks of regulation before the cut to top 8 in this competition. And then after that, we're going to have our championship invitation. Oh, wow, they've changed the camera effects there. That was pretty cool. So the Nurgle team being the kill team, they want to take as many marks as they can here so they can get as many blocks in their follow-up turn as possible. Spreading pretty wide here to control the pitch. They have the ball in the hands of Bonix. Bonix on the Broncos' own 8-yard line, just outside that right wide zone. Turn 1 now for Carnage Incorporated. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Morgenthorpe on the blitz to start the turn. Tried to block Vastaman. So these Nurgle teams are disgusting. They have foul appearance. They also have disturbing presences. Foul appearance says on the block, you have to roll a d6. On a 1, on a block or a blitz that is, on a 1, you are so disgusted by their appearance, you refuse to take your block or a blitz. But remember, you have to declare your action up front. So Morgenthorpe declared the blitz, failed the die roll, and that is the blitz spent. Disturbing presence is a -1 to throws. Throwy things, I should say. And they stack, and they're always in effect provided the player with disturbing presence is on the pitch, whether they're standing or prone. This Nurgle slander needs to stop plague shaming. You know what? I am plague shaming. I admit it. It looks like Carnage Incorporated is going to go in for the foul against Magnificent Catastrophe over in the right wide zone. Here it is. 3 assists on this foul. Makes this a 6 plus to break armor. But doesn't get it. Roll a 4. Good dodge by Nosepicker, the rookie lineman over on the left side of the line. Trying not to give these blocks up to this Nurgle team. Wants to hold this Nurgle team to a blitz a turn. Ajax the Riot says, I just want that MA8 Pestigore seriously injured in MA. That's all. Carnage Incorporated on the bonus clock. We get 7 minutes 30 seconds of bonus time for the duration of the game. Turn 2 back to BoLieve Broncos now. 2-die block against Chopper. This is going to work out. Due to the block skill, remember, Nuffle has graced Freezing Star with Mighty Blow. Mighty Blow gives you a +1 to your armor or your injury roll, whichever of the 2 rolls you need it for. If you're new to the game of Blood Bowl, when you block a player, you're going to roll a bunch of block dice. Those are the dice with the pictures on them. If that results in a knockdown, then whoever got knocked down, whether it was you or your opponent, or perhaps even both of you, you're going to roll an armor break roll. That's a 2d6. If that is higher than your, if that meets or exceeds your armor value, then you'll make an injury roll. That can result in a stun, a knockout, or a casualty. If it's a casualty, you'll make 1 more roll on what's called the casualty table. You roll a d16 to see what your casualty is. Casualties are what I often will refer to as an injury. The game refers to them as injuries. You could also be killed. Good block here by BB Nut, trying to take out Morgenthorpe. Using JD Whitey with the claws. Remember, claws treats everybody's AV as 8+. Morgenthorpe has an 11+. It's very, very difficult to roll an 11 or a 12 on a 2d6, but doesn't have to do that with JD Whitey. JD Whitey is looking for an 8+ instead. Cease says being killed is like the top level of injury. Yeah, that's true. Both thematically and on the die rolls, it's a 15+. Two-die stand-up blitz by Morgenthor. Gets a push on Grave Mistake, the number 7 bloater. These bloaters have a strength of 4. They have both foul appearance and a disturbing presence. Squiggy McSquig says, minus strength would be funny if he wants to impersonate a human catcher. Let's help him out. Making coaches fire much-loved players themselves causes more psychological harm, though. Two-die block over in the left wide zone. Wide zone? In the left wide zone. Yeah. Wide zone. Gets a knockdown against Magnificent Catastrophe. Hooligan shifts back to center field here. So the Hooligan here has Dirty Player. Dirty Player is like the Mighty Blow skill we just described, but for fouling. You get a +1 to your armor, your injury roll on fouls. Turn 3 back to the Broncos. I decided to like clean up my game room today. I said, well, I'm going to put some games in like the closet in the game room. And then I decided to clean out that closet, which then led, I have a couple of storage rooms in the basement, to clean those out. And all I've been doing all week is just heavy labor. Good removal here in the right wide zone by JD Whitey. That's a one-man player advantage now for the Broncos. Two-die block against Chopper works out. No armor break here. So now I have a giant pile of stuff in another room in the basement that I need junk removers to come collect. And I was shopping around online for like junk removers, and none of them want to give you a quote unless they look at the stuff, of course. But this one, it was like, do you want a quote? You click like yes, and it's just like, cool, we'll be there. And I'm like, oh God, all right. I guess you'll be here this week. I'm just afraid they're gonna tell me it's like $1,000 or something. I don't want to. If it's, I don't know. I don't know what the pricing is. There's none of the junk removers list pricing, which annoys me. Nah, what you got there is what we call the triple chair combo. That's unfortunately that's going to be an extra $400. What? It's 3 chairs. Yeah, you know, chairs they can be real cherry. Okay. Oh, you got a prime number of boxes of garbage. Oh, that's just unfortunate for you. What? Why does that matter? Well, you know, prime numbers and trucks don't mix. Oh, all right. Morg blitz. 3-die blitz with Morgenthorg. Gets the knockdown thanks to block. 7+ is going to break armor here. Trying to take Moob off the pitch. What? What? Wrestle. Yeah, wrestle. Good call. Fear the Gooch, welcome to the stream. Yep. So wrestle says if both down resolve is chosen and you have the wrestle skill, I know it's blue, and it just makes me think I don't know why, like I just tuned it out. So wrestle says on a both down result, you can choose to use a wrestle skill. Both players will be wrestled to the ground. There's no armor break and no turnover. I don't know. I want it like red. BB Nut says, can't wait for gnomes and Brett's of the game, and you are confused every game. I'm confused every game now. Nothing's going to change. Turn 4 for the Broncos. Slowly, not really slowly, I should say, but consistently moving this ball down. Pitch now on the opposing 6-yard line. I have this giant bag of salt for, you know, for like the winter time. And I don't know what it, I think it's like soaked up water. It's been down there for a year. I had it last season and it was leaking. I mean, it's just a bag of salt and it was quote unquote leaking water for a while. It has stopped doing that now. And I went to move it with the junk because I want it removed. And like, it's wet inside. I guess it sucked all the moisture out of the air. But it's like a bag of water almost. It's so weird. It's over in the right wide zone. 2-die blitz gets the knockdown. Gets the not knockdown because he has dodge. McLeod failed a really stupid roll. It's going to remain. Whoa! Tried to rush with Bonix. You know what? We'll have to go over the math. In the game of Blood Bowl, you can move as many spaces as your movement allowance. In this case, Bonix has an MA of 8. You can move 8 spaces. You can move up to 2 more spaces. Each, that's called going for it. That's right. For every space you go for it, you roll a d6. On a 1, you fail. And so, if you think back to math class, really elementary school, primary school math class, a 1 in 6 failure rate. What is that? It's a 900% failure rate. You will fail 900% of the time. As BB Nut demonstrated right there, the ball now in the opposing end zone. Nose picker comes back to try to cover the ball. Bo already had 2 free rushes with the MA2 plus. Fair enough. He was really pushing his luck. 50 seconds on the clock here in the final turn of the first quarter. Carnage Incorporated caught a break here, and it's going to try to get this ball out of the end zone. I guess really I should say they're going to try to protect this ball to prevent Bonix or anyone else really from scoring. Reflex pickup fails. Spent the re-roll, works out, recovered the ball, and now the defense in possession on their own 22-yard line. So McMackey clearly not new to the game of Blood Bowl. Seems to understand their way around this team. What hammering Bonix into the ground protected. I mean, I think so. Here's the 2+. Breaks armor on the foul. Got the removal. Well done. Bonix removed from the pitch. Cleats Harrison on the foul. Did not get called off. Fantastic removal for Carnage Incorporated, using that hooligan, that Fowler, with the 2 assists on the foul. Ten v 10 on the pitch now. Chomper retreats after the blitz, trying to exert some tackle zones and get between the Snurgle team and the ball carrier. Second quarter begins. The Broncos on offense, now on defense after the failed rush. It was really cool though. In my in the one of the basement storage rooms, I found a bunch of old Blood Bowl minis, like plastic minis, but also pewter minis, which is great. I didn't realize I kept those, so that was cool. The Rot Spawn, Mark Cloud here. Mega Trade is really stupid. Before this player activates, has to roll a d6. So long as a friendly player is beside him to remind him what he's here to do. He succeeds that die roll in 2+, otherwise it's a 4+. If he fails that die roll, he loses his action and loses his tackle zones until he succeeds that roll in a future turn. But Marcloud also has tentacles here, which can tie up a player. We've seen BB Nut use this big guy to great effect in the last 2 competitions. One die block is a skull against Morgenthorn, and Morgenthorn says, "Get off me!" Stuns move. Turn 5 back to Carnage Incorporated. Bad Dog wants to tell Illustrator of Doom. All right, let's see how we want to do this. Well, there's a lane this way with the ball. These players are available to... Whoa, I need to watch this drawing carefully. These players here can position to protect the ball carrier as well. Nose Picker advances forward all the way up to the 20-18-16 14-yard line. Shamestow says, no, continue. The drawing could have been something. More with the knockdown on JD Whitey. Needed a 7+, rolled a 6. $32 seconds ago here in turn number 5. Oh man, I feel like I just ran a triathlon. Although I guess for somebody who's in shape, it would probably feel like nothing. But man, I've just been moving all week. Oh man, I went to I went to my my local nerd shop, and they had sorry, my mic cut out there for a second. Anyway, I went to my local nerd shop, and you know, they sell, you know, comics and toys and board games and video games and music and stuff. And they had 3 different boxes of an old board game called Wizards and Warriors, and I bought all 3. And so I went up there to haggle, and they were like, well, everything's 20% off right now. We have a sale. I was like, oh, great. Awesome. So I got them at a pretty good discount. Weapons of Warriors was an old... I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, there were 2 castles at the end of like a windy map, and there were different maps, and you had a whole slew of different like units and weapons, but you actually fired the weapons, like you actually fired the cannons and stuff. Oh man, I was so excited. Turn 6 now for Carnage Incorporated. They have the ball on their own 22-yard line still. Trying to carve out a little bit of this, not wide zone, carve out a little bit of this pitch for themselves. But BB Nuts having none of it. $20% off, would you take 10% off? Armor break by Morg's going to be a stun. Sun's not going to matter too much. Squiggy McSquig says, if you're into old games, have you ever played Midway Monsters? It predates Blood Bowl by a few years, but still has a similar vibe. But it was made by very early TSR. I own it. I own Midway Monsters. Which, if I remember right, I don't think it was boxed. I think it's in a magazine or something. Double Rush gets the ball forward. Now the ball's on their own 6-yard line. Yeah, so obviously I love Blood Bowl. So I have... Well, I'm not going to say I have everything in Blood Bowl, but I if it's Blood Bowl, I probably own it. But I also have, like, other Blood Bowl-ish type things as well. Yeah, so I have... Oh, another great foul here by Carnage Incorporated. Regen kicks in. Finally, the hooligan gets called off the pitch. Tries to argue with the ref. The ref says no. Bribe the ref to keep the hooligan on the pitch. Very well done here by McMackey. Another removal there by that dedicated fouler. Finally got called off. Tried arguing with the ref. The ref was having none of it. Said, come on, man, you know how this works. Paid him off with a little bit of coin. Now the hooligan's going to remain on the pitch. But I have other Blood Bowl-y type things. Like Slaughter Ball is fantastic. I love it. I think I have all of Slaughter Ball. Oh, now the Carnage is kicking in. Now the Carnage is kicking in. 2-man player advantage for the BoLieve Broncos. Stand-up blitz in the right wide zone against Cleats Harrison. So the team reroll. Didn't want to push. Really wants that knockdown, but it's going to be a push. I don't have Guild Ball. I don't have Dread Ball. Every now and again, I see Dread Ball for sale. I'm like, do I want to buy it? And then I don't, because I get lost. Like, I go to BGG and I'm like, wait, there are 2 editions of Dread Ball? Which one? What do I need? So I don't have it. I have Chaos Ball, which I hate. I hate Chaos Ball. I have the old Milton Bradley Battle Ball, which a friend tells me with a variant rule, a fan rule set, it's actually good. I don't know if I believe him, but I'll give it a shot one day. Wait, there's a new Dread Ball coming out? All right, then I'm not going to buy old Dread Ball. Great. Slaughter Ball is a ton of fun. Slaughter Ball, I have a conspiracy theory. Well, hold on, let me get my tinfoil hat. There we go. I have a conspiracy theory that Slaughter Ball brought back Blood Bowl. Here's my conspiracy theory. In 2016, a company called Frog the What, I'm not making that name up, gave us Slaughter Ball on a Kickstarter. Slaughter Ball was obviously a love letter to Blood Bowl. It is very Blood Bowl-ish. And then, conveniently, just that year, Games Workshop decides we're going to get a new boxed version of Blood Bowl, which was mostly unchanged. And then a few years later, we got BB 2020. So I think Slaughter Ball. I think Slaughter Ball spooked them, and they got back into Blood Bowl. That's my conspiracy theory. Eye poker, the ball carrier crosses the line of scrimmage now on the opposing 12-yard line over in that right wide zone. Feed-eye block against Wag's going to be a push. I think that's all of the, like, I don't know what you want to call this type of game. Combat sports. I think it's all the Blood Bowl-y type stuff I have. I really dislike Chaos Ball. I bought that excitedly, like, I think this year. Another foul. Got nothing out of the foul here against Moo. And it is terrible. It is so bad. Cleats Harrison trying to dodge away. Fails the first reroll. Gets a free reroll thanks to the dodge skill. And now exerting some tackle zones behind this Nurgle, or between the Nurgle team and the ball carrier. Turn 8 for the Broncos. I don't think they have anyone that can actually get there. Wags looks like could possibly mark the ball carrier. 3-die block against that hooligan. Gets a push out of this. Mr. Rocket Rocker, welcome to the stream. Says, did Ripper get left on the ground? Ripper is indeed on the ground. And now here's the foul against Ripper. Ripper Bolgrot doesn't get anything out of the foul. 5 assists there, made that a 5+ to break armor. Broke armor, but only got a stun out of it. Final turn of the first half. Carnage Incorporated with 1 reroll remaining. Are they going to press their luck and look for some blocks, or are they going to score? It's 1 rush to score. They can save that reroll for the rush, or they can try to get an increased player advantage here. Maybe even pick up some SPP on a Kaz. Looks like they're going to go for some die rolls. Putting their faith in Nuffle. Here it is. 3-die blitz by Morgenthor. Gets the knockdown. 8+ will be the number to break armor. No armor break. Here's the rush attempt. Works out 1-0 at the end of the half. Very well done by Carnage Incorporated to take the lead on defense. They will be on offense to start the second half of this ball game as well. Very, very well done. Well played by this low TV Goblin team. I think that means all the KOs came back. I'm not sure. That's not what that means. So the Looney. Oh no. So the Looney's been called off the pitch being a secret weapon. Being a secret weapon means that being a secret weapon means that you're only on the pitch for a single drive. In the case of the Looney, you have a big chainsaw. It takes a drive for the ref to catch on that you're doing something illegal. McMackey tried to argue the call with the ref there, and the ref was having none of it. Said no the first time. This time, no bribe available for McMackey. So the ref says, you know what? I'm tired of your mouth. Get out of here. You're out of here too. The Looney taken off the pitch, and the coach McMackey removed from the game as well. Ejected from this game, can no longer argue the call, and we'll get a -1 to all brilliant coaching kickoff events for the duration of the game. Was that Alman? Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Pips Pippy indeed. Oh, you're right. You're right. He wasn't sent out. So the goblins have this bribery and corruption, which teams have access to different sets of rules, basically. So you got to re-roll this and roll it into a 4. So McMackey's going to stay in the game. War Master, welcome to the stream. The chainsaw was just jeweler. All that junk piled up is like annoying me. It's nothing has changed, right? It has moved from some areas of the house to one area of the house, but man, I just want it out. It's so much garbage. I guess it's not that much, but it's 2 chairs, it's a coffee table, and probably 8, maybe 10 large moving boxes of stuff. Weather's going to remain the same here. Can't catch the ball here on the kickoff, but that's all right. The ball's going to end up on the 18-yard line. Turn 9 now for Carnage Incorporated. Ripper Bolgrot, the star player. The left guard on the line. Morgan Thorg, a halfback just to the left of Ripper. There's the 2-die by Ripper Bolgrot. Got the POW here. 9+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow. Blitz by Morgenthor. Got the POW here against Rolf. Now looking for a 7+. Remember, the Goblins have an 8+. 7+ is even weaker. Yeah, there's a removal. Well done. Morgenthor doing what he gets paid to do. And that's to maim people. Came in on the blitz, got the POW, needed the 7+, broke armor, and got the KO. On that injury table, there are 3 results. You could be stunned, which means you lose a turn. Well, to be specific, you're already knocked prone and you lose a turn. So that means you have to consider, like, if you're a really slow team, like a Dwarven team, let's say your player's stunned, you have an MA of 4, you lose a turn, but then you kind of lose 2, right? Because you need to spend 3 MA to stand up on the follow-up turn. You can be knocked out. That's what that little bell is. When you're knocked out, you get removed from the pitch. You go into your knockout box. At the beginning of every drive, every single player who is knocked out will roll a d6 on a 4+, ignoring any potential modifiers. You will be, you'll wake up and you'll be put in your reserve box ready to go. Otherwise, you will remain knocked out until the beginning of a future drive. And the last result of the injury table, of course, is that casualty that we talked about a little bit earlier. When you suffer a casualty, that's when you get a quote-unquote permanent injury. It might not literally be permanent, but that could be a removal from the game. You could miss the next game. One of your stats could be decreased permanently. You could die. Turn 9 now for the Broncos. Try to stand up Markloud, but Markloud's like, no, thank you. Had the +2 there with Grave the Stake, but still failed the die rolls. Is going to remain prone on the ground here. Two-die blitz against Nasher. Got the POW. Can't break armor. Broncos trying to control the right wide zone here. Spreading out to the left so the Goblins can't get around that defense on the left side. Electric Man says, I was 0-7 on KO recovery rolls in a game earlier today. Sometimes Snuffle has it out for you. Turn 10 now for Carnage Incorporated. Have 3 rerolls for the remainder of the game. And now it's time for Carnage Incorporated to fail a really stupid roll. Chomper is going to remain on the ground here. Lost tackle zones from that troll. Could have been a real problem if Mark Cloud wasn't still on the ground. Three-die blitz by Morg. Got the POW again. You have Morg on your roster. You want to be using him. Getting a block with Morg every single turn. Because that Mighty Blow +2 with the block skill, that is so huge. And a strength of 6. That means you are getting, I don't say almost always, but you're really looking for a 3-die block every turn with the block skill and Mighty Blow. Potentially good stun if he can convert here in the left wide zone. It's still a little early in the drive, so it may not be a huge factor. God, I have to play both these teams. Oh, I've got to play Cobblestorm. Oh, no. 2-die block against Vastaman here. This will be a knockdown. Carnage Incorporated trying to pick off this Nurgle team here. Pulling Vastaman, that bloater, off the line, trying to separate him from the line here, get these assists for the foul. 1, 2, 3. 3 assists. 7+ breaks armor. Got a 4. Will not get sent off the pitch. He only gets sent off on doubles. Boy, Mark Cloud is out. Mark Cloud, I think he's doing this on purpose. They're like, wake up, and he's got like one eye open. He's like, no, nope, I'm still, nope, sorry, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Two-die blitz against Nad Kicker. Gets a knockdown thanks to the tackle skill here. Looking for an 8+. Tackle negates dodge in every way. Now a mark on the ball carrier. Mood marking Sneaky the Git from behind. JD Whitey in the secondary. Everybody else taking a mark. Carnage Incorporated on turn 11. Trying to hold on to this ball. Trying to keep this Nurgle team from applying the pressure. They're going to have to find a way to either get away or get away from or knock down Mood. Then they have the potential to regroup here. 3-die block against Vastaman. This will be a knockdown. Chain push into another assist here against JD Whitey. I'm sorry, against Mood. Wow, good armor break. Got a stun. Very good armor break. That's a player he doesn't have to worry about for this turn or the next. Another assist, so 2 assists against Moob right now. There's the 2-die. And that's going to work out well done. Boy, BB Nutt, the first coach to win 2 competitions back-to-back in a single season. And now looking to make it a 3rd here in the Dungeonbowl, and everybody is bringing their A game, saying, not this time. Ten seconds left on the clock here at the top of the 11th. Blitz by Ripper Bolgrot. Both star players remaining on the pitch. That is not going to cut it. And I don't know. Yeah. Oh, gotta push. Gotta push thanks to Brawler. Bringing their A games and Morg, of course. Staying alive there thanks to Brawler. You see, not Brawler. Wait, how did he re-roll that? Oh, he used his, he procced his ability. Yeah, so star players have these abilities. They're typically once per game, but not always. Ripper Bolgrot's ability here is, he is the thinking man's troll. So once per half, he can re-roll a single die. There's not too many things that you can re-roll a partial die for. That's one of them. An armor break here on the Hooligan. This Hooligan really putting in work. That's another removal and did not get called off the pitch. Come on, ref. That's like a All right, ref. I don't know what that contraption is, but it's not legal. I can tell you that. This looks like something like a Japanese politician would be carrying during elections. T&I blitz against Morganthorpe. Got the POW here with Claw. 8+ breaks armor. Could be a huge removal. Got the removal. Very well done. Morganthorpe finally removed from the pitch. Very well done by BB Nut, using JD Whitey's claws to break the armor of Morganthorpe and got the removal. 3-die blitz now for Carnage Incorporated over in the right wide zone. They get a POW with Ripper Bullgrot. Cleats Harrison's just like, let me tell you about my platform. Listen, I hate the NHK. I shouldn't have to pay my TV licensing fees. No, listen, this is important. Chopper fails the really stupid roll. Bad time to fail this roll. Losing a key player here of strength. Looks to be advancing the ball to the opposing 10-yard line here. Listen, let me tell you about my podcast where I go through every episode of MASH, one episode at a time. And we talk about it frame by frame. No, seriously, it's great. Ball advances to the opposing 8-yard line. That's why everyone's knocked out. They're just like, oh, you know what? Sorry, man, I got somewhere to be. No, yeah, your podcast sounds great, man. Yeah, oh, no, you know what? I signed up for it right now. Yep, gonna listen to it in the car on the way home. Another armor break by the hooligan. Finally, the ref pays attention. No, he doesn't. The ref pays attention. Nick Mackey's like, you sure that's... Look, man, you sure that's illegal? I just gave you some money. The ref's like, yeah, you're right, man. You're right. I love the MASH podcast. Can I get your autograph? It's one of my favorite podcasts. That's right. That's right. He was interested. 3-9 block in the left wide zone against Shinbiter. No armor break. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz against No Foul Fred. This will be a knockdown. Looking for an 8+. Gets the knockdown thanks to tackle. Good removal here. 2 SPP for JD Whitey. Rushes to try to take a mark on the ball carrier. Fails the rush, spins a reroll. And now sneaky to get. Marked by JD Zon Coach Whitey. Move says, no offense to JD Whitey, but that goat needs to die. Another failed, really stupid roll here. Boy, I am telling you, Mark Cloud wants nothing to do with the game whatsoever. They're done. Fourth quarter begins, turn 13. Carnage Incorporated in the lead. They have the ball on the opposing 8-yard line. 3 re-rolls remaining. They're currently marked by JD Whitey. Setting up for a 2-die blitz. Double skulls is going to have to be re-rolled. That is not going to cut it. That is going to be a turnover. JD Whitey earning their salary. Here we go. Turn 13 for the Broncos. Tried to clear the ball carrier here on the 2-die blitz. Didn't work after the reroll. Now the Broncos with an opportunity not just to stop this score and keep the game from getting past them, but an opportunity to not end this game with a loss. Two die against Sneaky to get. Sneaky to get. Gets the knockdown thanks to tackle. 7 plus breaks armor. There's the armor break. Oh ho! Oh my! Oh my! That's a dead combo. JD Whitey is done with your nonsense. JD Whitey after, oh man, I was doing so well with the replays. I forgot to save that one. Of course I did. Turn 14 for Carnage Incorporated. That's right. Ball on the ground now on the Broncos' 8-yard line. They're setting up a scrum here to try to recover this ball. They're gonna have 3 turns. They need to really boogie here if they're gonna tie this game. SB Beaver, welcome to the stream. A murdered goblin. Sneaky the Git. Boy, man, oh man. The tides are turning. Yeah, tried to spend the reroll here. This was the blitz, but failed the foul appearance roll. Really wanted this blitz to work out. Really, I would argue needed this blitz to work out. McMackey agreed, spent the reroll, but unfortunately, star players are loners, so had to make the loner roll. Had to spend the reroll first, make the loner roll. Unfortunately, he failed the loner roll, so lost the team reroll and lost the ability to take the blitz. Failed dodge, a free reroll this time. Does not work out. And that is a turnover. Turn 14 for the Broncos. The Broncos with the ball. Almost free and clear here. Eye poker marking the ball currently. Dirty Dan needs to be blocked down. The Broncos are going to try to break free with the ball here. If they can clear it. Boy, grueling game here. Look at all the casualties. Ball pops out of the scrum. Is now on the 4-yard line. Marked by Ripper Bolgrot of all players. A death, an injury, another injury over here. 3-die blitz. This works out. JD Whitey looking for a 7+ again. Boy, JD Whitey is out for blood. That's another casualty. 2 more SPP for the Pestigore. 1 die against Ripper Bolgrot works out. Very well done by Freezing Star. War Master demanding death. Turn 15 for Carnage Incorporated. Penultimate turn of this ball game. Can Carnage Incorporated stop the score? It looked like they were knocking on the door of a 2-0 ball game. They lost possession of the ball, and now they may be looking at a draw unless they can recover or at least protect this ball on this turn. Blitz against the downfield player threatening to score here. This is JD Whitey. Only gets a push here. Doesn't want to spend the reroll. .40 on the clock. Hooligan fails a dodge. Gets through the dodge with the free reroll and rushes into position to mark the ball. Turn 15 for the Broncos. McMackey deciding that the game plan here is to stop this score. And I think that's the right decision. 2 die now against Ripper Bolgrot. Got the pal here. Breaks. My goodness. Breaks armor on the star player, and that is both strength 6 star players removed from the pitch. Ripper Bolgrot and Morgan Thorne removed by this Nurgle team. Broncos with plenty of rerolls left. Good dodge by the Pestigore. JD Whitey down pitch, threatening to score. 3-die blitz against Cleats Harrison. Spends a team Cleats! Cleats! 5 skulls on 6 dice! No, just wait, man. Just listen. Listen. I want to tell you about how we all deserve to have 1 free Skittle a year. My party is going to tell you how to claim your free Skittle each and every year. Turn 16 for Carnage Incorporated. The ball currently marked by 2 linemen and a bloater. The bloater, Freezing Star. The lineman, Rudbad and Magnificent Catastrophe. 3 plus dodge to a blitz. Takes out Wags. I think he did the math here. Can anybody get... Boy, this Hooligan should absolutely be the MVP. Should absolutely be. That's right. I said, listen to my latest podcast. Listen to me, man. Listen. It's about, look, I'm into amateur astronomy, and I just want to tell, my podcast talks all about how Jupiter is a staging ground for an alien invasion. That's all. Listen. I'm just asking the question, all right? I'm just asking the question. You can believe me or not, but just, like, why can't I just ask questions? And then rushes Cleats Harrison into position to take a mark on the ball carrier, trying to stop the score by JD Whitey. He's going to try to pin JD Whitey now. So JD Whitey was already 2 rushes away. So now there's nowhere for JD Whitey to go. Can't move backwards and can't move laterally. Has to move forwards in order to score. Good ball pickup. Rush, handoff. Here we go. Needs a 6. Final reroll. Doesn't work out. Tried to go for it. Failed the handoff. Needed big dice from Nuffle. And Carnage Incorporated is going to win this one 1-0. Very well done by McMackey in their first showing in the league. Congratulations. Very well played. That was a ton of fun to watch. And with that, Carnage Incorporated is going to bump up into 3rd place in Division B, tied with the Goodest Boys Strike Back. 1 more game left to be played this week. It will not be streamed, and that will be it for week number 2. Week number 1. Tomorrow, week number 2 will begin, and coaches will begin scheduling their games at that time. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Boy, you know what? And you can hang out with us in Discord. I'll put a link in chat right now. We have the schedules up on our Discord channel as well. And play Blood Bowl. This game is a ton of fun. This game is absolutely fantastic. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Thanks everyone who's participated in week 1, who's come to hang out and watch our games as well. I love this game. I love sharing it with y'all, and we got a lot more to come. So we'll see you back here for week 2. Until then, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.